Hello, hello friends. Welcome, welcome. I'm Robin with Zimmy Simple Designs. If you see the little red live light, you've caught me live. If not, you're watching the replay. Please type in #replay. Say hello. Tell me where you're watching from so I can welcome you to my page. Especially if you're new. Always like new friends. Hello, Denise. How are you today? That little puppy that Debbie did was sure cute. It turned out really sweet. Really sweet. I'm glad I got to watch it to the end. Hi, Vonda. I'm going to get myself sprinkled out a couple places. It is. It's so sweet. I'll bet you can't wait to get it. Hi, Julie. Welcome, guys. Thanks for being here. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. I've been kind of not really doing a whole lot. Catching a few lives here and there, prepping some stuff. Hi, Sue. I don't know. Hope you guys can't hear that noise. I don't know what it is. Oh, I need to do this and then I need to. Here you go. I'm gonna get a link for you guys here real quick and put it in here. And get it pinned really quick like, and then I'll show you guys what I'm doing. All right. All right. Welcome everyone. So today I'm gonna make these two butterflies. One is, of course you can tell, one is bigger, one is smaller. And they come, and then you get the two little bodies. And these are a wig kit of mine. They are $15 for the set of two. If you would like one, just private message me. Hello, Carolyn. And we're going to use this print right here on them. And this print is from Decoupage Central. And that's the link I pinned there at the bottom is for this print right here. I love it. I thought it was very spring, summer looking. And I think I can divide it and use it on both of the butterflies. And we're also going to use some crackle paste and a few other little things. Kind of distress them up, make them look, you know, vintage and old and all of the things. So anyway, so everybody having a good day. We're going to paint. We're going to start off painting them both. I'm going to use this Pleasant Pink is what I'm using. And this is Home Decor chalk paint. I got mine at Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to paint the butterflies' wings for these right now. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate it very, very much. And for you guys being here, I appreciate it. Taking time to spend some time with me today. Yeah, I do too. It's a really, I'm not a pink person, but this is really pretty. This is a real pretty pink. But of course, I'm just not one for a lot of colors anyway. Hi, Carolyn. And if I do, I like more muted, soft colors. I think they, I don't know, to me they seem more vintage than a bright colored, and maybe that's why, because I like more vintage things. But anyway. anyway, but that's just me. These could be painted up, or you could use pretty tissue paper on them. You could, like I said, you could use a napkin on them, scrapbook paper, anything. These are pretty versatile. I almost even went more neutral, and I decided I wanted to add some color to them. Make them kind of a spring, summer project. See if we can introduce more spring and summer. Oh, some more spring and summer, right? I'm ready for summer, that's for sure. I don't know if you guys are or not, but I am. And it's been raining here today, which we really could use. We could use more than today, the rain, but we're taking it today. And my husband has been chomping at the bit to burn our scrap wood. When he's done cutting for me, we accumulate it, and we have a little burn pit, and we haven't been able to burn, and we've got quite a lot of it, but because of because it's so dry here, there's been a burn ban. And so he's been waiting all morning to be able to go out and burn, because it rained today, and get it all burned up. So, and then we have to schedule it around the dogs, because the dogs won't, where he has got to put it, when the dogs go out the back door, if they see it, they won't go out. They're afraid of it. It's a whole thing. It becomes a whole issue. Hello, Terry. It becomes a whole issue. So it's quite the ordeal. I don't know why they're afraid of the fire, but they are. I have 2 scaredy cat dogs, I guess. I don't know. It's funny. Funny, funny. I don't know why. Hi, Amy. No, we didn't get any bad weather. I think in other parts of Iowa here, during the night, I think, got some hail. But other than that, no. Mostly just rain. So that's been good. I know parts of Missouri and Kansas, I think, got hit pretty hard, or were under warnings. But we didn't. We just got the... Hi, Lisa. Hi, Miriam. We just got rain. And it's been a really kind of a nice, soft rain. So that's been nice. You know, not like a downpour or anything. So that's been really, really nice. But like I said, we could surely use quite a bit more. Quite a bit more. It has been pretty dry. I remember the first year we moved here, we were in a different place, and it had a garage, but it wasn't insulated or anything. And my husband's, every weekend for about a month, it would rain. Hi, Rita. Hi, Rocky Pines Craft. Welcome. Every weekend for like a month, it would rain. And my poor husband, it was so wet and damp, he wouldn't be able to go out and work in his shop. And it just drove him nuts. That same year, we got that polar vortex came through. And it was like the coldest, Iowa hit records as far as being the coldest temps and everything. It was crazy. It was crazy. We had several weeks of it. It was like, are we ever going to warm up and stay warm? But we survived it. All right, we got them painted. Hi, Jacqueline. And this, there's a place in my butterfly. I don't know if you can see it. Hi, Wendy. But it's going to get covered up. I'm not worried about it. I'm not too worried about it. So we're going to dry these up. And I'm not going to paint the bodies. I'm going to use that this Distress Crackle on them. And then I'm going to put some, yep, you never know what each day's going to bring. You are right about that, Rita. I'm going to take and put this, I have this DIY Dark and Decrepit, and I'm going to use it on the top of the bodies of the bunny, or the bodies of the bunny, of the butterflies. So, and I might even put some on the wing, a little bit on the wings to give them a little bit of texture. So, but I've already, I did already wax these, so we are going to give them a chippy look. I didn't figure you guys wanted to see me wax anything, so. All right. Get this one dried up. Got a goop of paint there. And then we'll chippy them and we'll get our print. I think I figured out how I want it divided up. Hello, Debbie. Hi, Danita. So I can get a little bit of a print on both of my butterflies. And then they'll kind of coordinate together, I think, and look pretty. Hopefully they'll look nice. Hopefully they turn out nice. Oh, I still got a wet spot here. And we're going to use some rusty wire and all of the things. So, get my scraper and get this. Is everybody having a good day? Got big plans for the weekend? I don't think we do. It's gonna be kind of quiet around here. I'm wondering if this side's not wanting to chip. I wonder if I missed it with the wax. It's okay. We'll take the sander. We'll get it. It does not surprise me that I would forget to sand a side or wax a side. Ah, that's good. That'll be good enough. And I'm going to focus kind of more on this side of this butterfly and maybe the edge, because I'm going to put the print on this half of my butterfly. So we're going to kind of focus on getting this side chippied. And maybe a little down and through here. And then once I get it on, might need to. Lazy day there. Yeah, it's been kind of a lazy day here too. I haven't really done much. I was going to go down and do laundry, and I changed my mind about that. And didn't go down and do it. Today, anyway. I will have to do it tomorrow, though. Just put it off another day, you know? I'm good at procrastinating sometimes. didn't have any orders to send or shipments to get out, so it was kind of nice not to have a lot to do. It was very nice. We haven't heard much from our grandson, and we found out why. Our granddaughters are on spring break, and so they're with her this week. But he did call this morning, and it was Firefighter Sawyer. But he was funny when he did call. Oh, yeah, laundry's always there, Amy. You are right about that. And this one, I'm going to focus the chipping on this side of the butterfly. But he called yesterday. He was funny because he called, and my husband was in the shower. And he called his papa's number. He didn't call me. He called his papa. So I answered the phone. Oh, hi, Pama. You want to talk to my friend, Mom? I'm like, sure. So he took the phone into his mom. So obviously he was not happy I answered the phone because I wasn't Papa. And he gave the phone to her, and I talked to her for just a minute, and then he gave the phone to one of my granddaughters, and I talked to her. So he was so funny. You want to talk to my friend, Mom? Oh, yeah, sure. I'm just going to sand off some of this paint back here. I didn't mean to get it back on the back of my butterfly. That's okay. He's so silly. His friend, Mom. Hi, Marie. Guys, if you have a page, you are more than welcome to come in on your page. I don't mind at all. I really don't. All right. So now I'm going to start with the bigger one, and I'm going to lay this out. And this is, I love this paper. But I've got it, I think I've got it figured out. Okay, this is the way I was going to lay it. And I can go around it this way and then use this half of it on the other one. So not all of the flowers are going to be on there, but this one, I think I can get most of these bigger flowers on there. So I think it will look, it'll look okay. We're going to try it. So I'm just going to kind of go right in here with my water pen. And this is rice paper. If you're familiar with Decoupage Central, all of their papers are done on rice paper. And I'm not cutting really a straight line. I'm just kind of doing like a little wavy line here. Oh, you're fine, Marie. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, thank you, Wendy. Trying to remember where I kind of ended here. And I'm just going to kind of go right down along here. Let's see if I got that wet enough. All the way through there. And I just like using a water pen. To me, it gives it more of a, I don't know. It kind of blends better, I think, on your surface if you let that, use a water pen, and it kind of feathers out and kind of blends more on your project. All right, so then we've got that. So now I'm going to go around, let's see, kind of around here. Right around in here. take this other part off because I just kind of wanted to focus on just the one, kind of the one wing, I guess. I basically just wanted the flowers on the butterfly. There we go. Kind of just like that. So it'll look just like that on our butterfly. And then I think on this one, I can turn it this way. Let's see. We can get this on here like this. And have this one on this butterfly. And I'm just gonna trim kind of around here so I don't have so much to sand off. There we go. Just like that. And I may hang on to those little pieces because I might, you know, find another project or something to put them on. So now we're going to get this Mod Podged on. And then, like I said, I may take some of this crackle paste and put a little bit on this other wing just to give it a little bit of texture. But for sure it will be on the body of our butterfly. And that will go on top. So hopefully, like I said, this will all... Hi, Country Creations! And the link for this paper is pinned at the bottom. And if you guys don't know, if you are IOD fans, they are getting ready to launch Friday, tomorrow. I don't know what time. They're getting ready to drop a whole bunch of spring items, IOD is. And I've seen some of them, and they are absolutely gorgeous. What they're going to offer. They've got some new molds, some new stamps, a lot of really, really pretty things. So if you like IOD, I will be posting as soon as you guys can get on there and order. So you can check it out. And if you're familiar, I know if you did order at Christmas time, IOD, you know they sold out really fast. So I'm sure the spring ones will too. Hi, Elaine. Welcome. All right, so we've got that down. Oh, I think this is gonna be really pretty. Yeah, I'm guessing, Wendy, probably early morning. Yeah. Early morning. But like I said, I will have a link as soon as I know they've been released. I will have the link for you guys to go check it out. And then Saturday, I will be in an event with Decoupage Central. And I'm really excited about that. Looking forward to it. There you go, Wendy. You got a place to go blow your check. Yeah. I have to be careful. But I get excited too. I do buy what I can when I can, but There we go. And now we got that on there. Oh, I think this is going to be, hopefully these are going to turn out. You know, in my head, they look nice. What time is my event on Saturday? Let me look. It is, I will be on 2 o'clock. And that's Central Time. And I will have a schedule posted either later today or tomorrow. But I know that Sarah with Lucy and Buttons will be in it. Oh, you're fine. Melissa with Junk and Craft Treasures will be in it. And I can't, there's some pretty amazing creators will be in the event. So you're 10 a.m.? Yeah, 2 o'clock in the afternoon Central Time here. I should keep better track of the mountain time, because that's what my mom and aunt, my husband's sister, but I always forget. I always have to ask him, what time is it in Arizona? Not that I have to ask him. I just have to think about it. You know, I have to take a minute and think about it. Figure it out in my head. Okay, it's this time here, and so it's this time there. So I used to do the same thing when when I lived in Arizona. My sister lived in California, because, you know, and my mom and dad lived in Nevada, because that was Pacific time. So I've gotten pretty good about the Eastern. You know, Rita, there are parts of Arizona that do change times. And it's up near the, it's one of the reservations there in Arizona. And they change times. But most of Arizona does not. People don't know that. People think that none of Arizona changes times. Even people that live in Arizona don't realize that. And the only reason I know that is because one of the places I worked for, where I worked, there was a gentleman that was from the area that changed times. And sometimes he would show up to work late because of that. So, but you're right. Most of Arizona does not change time. Hey, what was that? Thank you, Denise. And it's right along the Arizona-New Mexico border is where it's at, that they change times. Because they change times with New Mexico. I think that's going to be pretty. All right. Get all those little fibers when you work with rice paper. I love working with rice paper. It's very forgiving, but when you sand, you have to really make sure you get all those fibers. But I think that's pretty, really pretty. And there's our smaller one. All right. So now I'm going to get I'm going to dry these just a little bit. Make sure they're dry. Thank you, Rita. Did you guys get rain, Rita? It just barely, it was raining a minute ago. In fact, I had a package. This is funny. I had a package to go out, but I didn't want to set it outside in the rain because my porch out there where the mail picks up isn't covered. And I just had gone out there just before I went live. Hey, Kayla. There's my daughter. Just before I went to go live, I was looking out there, seeing if it was still raining. Maybe it had settled down, slowed down a little to put the package out for them to, because it's about getting close for the mailman to come. As soon as I went out there, I noticed she was getting ready to walk up to drop my mail off. So I was able to hand it right to her instead of it being out in the rain. So that worked out great. Are the girls watching? Hello, Bridget and Peyton. You're on. You're watching too. And Mr. Sawyer. Yeah, it was. Perfect timing. So now I'm going to take my crackle paste, like I said. Okay. And we're going to put some of this. I think I'm going to cover the whole body of both of the butterflies. So we're going to just give it a thin layer. I'm loving this stuff. And you can paint this if you've never seen anybody use it. I know I used it the other day. You can add paint to this and give it some color. But we're going to darken this so, you know, the body will be a little darker than the, kind of look more like a butterfly's body, I guess. You know, it's a little darker than the butterfly. I don't know. That's what we're going to do. I'm not a butterfly expert, so. Your daughter's name is Kayla also? Oh, well, thank you. I love them too. They've been hanging out, watching movies, vegging. They're on spring break, my granddaughters are. So they've been kind of lazy, she said. Is your daughter the youngest, Marie, or where does she? My daughter's the youngest of my 3 kids. She's the baby. And she's got 2 older brothers that love to pick on her. So now I'm going to just, I think, I don't want any on this part of, I want to lay my body down here. Yeah, I don't want any there. But I think maybe on here, just to add a little more texture to my butterfly wings, I'm just going to find a couple places and just put some of this on here. Just to give it some interest. Do my granddaughters like to craft? She's the oldest. Oh, yes, they do. When they're here, they do like to craft. Last summer, when my daughter was living here, my daughter would get them over the summer, and we would watch them because my daughter worked. And there was some times I would have to get some. I have a bunch of wood pieces, and I got it out and got paint out for them, and they painted, and so they do like to craft. just kind of, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have done this, but we're going to go with it now that it's done. I might even, maybe along. Thank you, Diane. These are my new wood kit. These butterflies, this set of butterflies. Just a couple spots maybe on the wing. Maybe that's good. I don't want to do a whole lot to it. So, trying to be careful not to get too much on here. So it'll dry pretty quick when I take the heat tool to it. I can't wait till my grandsons that are here get a little older. Maybe they'll get interested and want to do a little crafting. I don't know. Their dad, my middle son, is quite an artist. He draws some amazing things. Your granddaughter is like 2 as well. Oh, hi, Anita. Oh, you're fine, Anita. Hi, what part of Iowa? Vonda, I am in Fort Dodge. We live in Fort Dodge. Trying to decide if I want to put another spot on here or maybe right here. Maybe just right about in here. Just another little, oops, way too much. No, I don't draw, Rita. I craft, but I don't draw. But my father and my brother are both amazing artists. So it does run in the family. I craft. I can't draw anything. But if I do want something drawn, I do have my son and he will draw it up for me. But my brother and my father both do some amazing. In fact, I have a chalk drawing that my father did. It's huge. It's absolutely gorgeous. And he did one for each one of, he did one for me, my brother, and my sister 1 year for Christmas. So now I'm just drying this chalk, this paste, this crackle paste, so we can get our crackle. Your son is amazing. Everything he does, he can even sing. Oh, wow. You're between Fairfield. You know what, Vonda? My husband and I, we lived here and then moved back to, we lived in Arizona. We moved to Iowa. We moved back to Arizona, and now we're back in Iowa. When we lived here in Iowa the first time, we lived in Blakesburg. And my husband's brother and I have a niece, both live in Ottumwa. So I know where you are. Yeah, I will. I'll have to show the picture one time. It's just right here by my stairs, but it's like huge. Hi, Sonia. Yep, I know where you are. In fact, my daughter went to, and then we had friends that lived. Now you want to see Wendy? They lived in Pekin, so my husband worked there at the Cargill plant in Eddyville. When we lived there. He didn't work for Cargill, but he worked for one of the contractors out there. I think I got, this one didn't crackle quite as much, but it may not be quite as long. You're only 3 miles from the Pekin school? Oh, wow. Yeah, those friends now live in, I want to say Cedar Rapids or Iowa City or someplace over there now. I can never remember where they moved to. But their son still lives down there. Hi, Sharon. Yeah, it's starting to crackle now. It was just a little bit thicker, so it's taking a little longer to dry. So this crackled up really nice. So now I'm gonna, sorry guys, this takes a little bit. So I've been over that way too. It is pretty down south. My husband has an uncle that lives in Homestead. That's why we originally moved to Iowa. My husband's family is from Iowa originally. So yes. Gave you guys the thumbs up there. That just cracked me up. My daughter, every time they video call usually, my daughter does something and makes that little like button go off. No, this one is the opaque one, Anita. The one I'm using is the opaque one. I do have the clear, and I used it yesterday, and I got some crackle with it, but not very well. But it could have been the surface I was doing it on, or I didn't get it on there thick enough. I'm not sure which, because it's the first time I'd ever used it. But I used one of the Dollar Tree plastic charger plates, and it didn't, wasn't all that impressed with it, but it could have been me. So I'm going to try it again on a different surface and see if it works better for me. I'm kind of thinking it was me. I'm not very good with crackles, so. Now this paste has been, for me, pretty foolproof. Every time I've used it, I've gotten some pretty good crackles, so. It doesn't, Wendy? Okay. You're welcome. Yeah, like I said, I didn't know if it was me or if it was the, yeah. I had Mod Podged a print in the center of the charger plate and wanted to crackle it, and especially that thin wood. Okay, so maybe it wasn't just all me. So I got one more place. And everything else looks pretty good and dry. Oh, it sucks up all the paint, so it's hard to, yeah. Pentart has, do they? I've never used any of the Pentart crackle stuff. Well, no, take that back. I have used both of the fine line and the other one. Can't remember the name of it. The 2-part one, this one, the crackle, this one here. I have better luck with this one than I do the fine line crackle. But those are nice too. Yes, you're right, Rita. They have, and I've done fairly decent with those too. But me and crackle don't always get along, so. All right. So now we're gonna take, and I'm not gonna use, okay. I'm just gonna take these little bodies, and I'm gonna take my DIY Dark and Decrepit, and I'm gonna go over the top of this, because I wanted to get it a little darker than my bare dark wax isn't as dark as I wanted it. So I'm just gonna dip this in, and hopefully it will darken a little darker, but it is what it is. You know, guys, I just thought I'm just gonna try this out. Play. What are you eating? Sorry guys, hang on a minute. My dog is eating wood biscuits. Sorry about that. I don't want her, she'll probably be sick now. Kept thinking, what in the world is my dog eating? She found the wood biscuits that I had laid there on the floor and decided to eat them. She has a tendency to do that, find things to eat. And I should have thought about that when I laid them down there. So I guess that's my fault. Okay, I'm gonna take a rag here, my dirty old cloth here, and I'm gonna wipe some of this back. And actually, maybe I didn't want to do that, but I might add some dark wax then to the top of it. But look at that crackle on there, guys, because I wanted it a little darker than that. And that didn't get, I figured it would do darker, but it's not, so. But I can go over the top of it with the bare wax. The wood biscuits, yeah, the wood biscuits, Wendy, yeah, she's eating the wood biscuits. Yes, that would be her. If you leave things down, yeah, she's been known to chew up boots and shoes, and yeah. We have to make sure we pick things up, or they're somewhere where she can't get to them, because yeah, she likes to eat things. She doesn't normally do it when we're home. She usually does it when we leave. So I guess that's why I didn't think about it. All right, so now I'm using my dark wax, my bare dark wax. Yeah, but you can use whatever wax you want, and I am going to go over the whole top of this because I really wanted this a lot darker, but I may even go over it with some black, but we'll see. Yeah, that darkened it up a little bit more. I think I'm going to leave that like that. Yeah, that looks a little better. But it's okay. Thank you, Renee. How are you today? All right, so now I'm gonna do my butterflies around the edge. I'm not gonna go too much around the print, but I am gonna hit the edge of the butterfly, and I am gonna go over the top of the crackle medium. Busy cleaning? Are you cleaning your house, or are you cleaning your bed and breakfast? Or your, not your bed and breakfast, is it your Airbnb that you have? I know you're a busy lady. You got that, and you work, and how's your little grandson doing? I'll bet he's getting big. Oh, I like this. All right, so I'll show that you guys. Hold this up. I love that. All the crackle in there, all the goodness. Oh, you did? You did, huh? Is your other place keeping you busy then? Hopefully. I might go up on here just a little bit more, guys. Let's see. All around this edge. Have you guys watched anything good lately? We've been waiting for, is it season 4 of The Chosen? We're waiting for it to come out so we can watch it. And I don't think it's come out yet. I think it's still in theaters. You can see it in theaters, but I don't think it's come out. So you can watch it. We watched all the other seasons, and you guys haven't watched that. It's absolutely wonderful. The Chosen, it's a show, I guess, kind of like a series, I guess. It's about when Jesus, when him and his disciples were preaching, and he was, yeah, it's kind of about Jesus' life. But it's really, really well done. You've never seen it? It's really good. Really good. I want to get this just in spots, I think a little darker on these where I put that crackle around here. that's all I want with that. Do you, Sonia? It is an amazing series. I just love it. Like I said, we're waiting for the final one. There's the large one. So now we are going to put that away. And I forgot to plug it. And I was going to use the clear wax and decided not to. Move that all the way. Oops. Put my iPad back up that I knocked down. All right. So now I have already pre-drilled 2 holes in the top of my bunnies. Or my bunnies. I keep calling them bunnies. My butterflies. And I have this rusty wire. And I think I got this from Factory Direct, but I'm not positive. I know you can get it from Factory Direct, but you can also get it off of Amazon, rusted like this. Hi, Diane. Hi, Holly. Hey, Teresa. So I'm going to cut a piece, and we're going to give them the little, I don't know, antennas. And I just have a little scrap piece of dowel, and we're going to wrap it. And this is probably too long, so I'll have to trim it. Thank you, Diane. So we'll trim, and I will, let me see here a minute. I'll trim this. This isn't really thick wire. I don't know. Let me see if it tells me. Actually, here's the packaging. Maybe it'll tell me where I got it from. Yeah, I got this from Factory Direct, but it doesn't tell me what gauge it is. But I'm guessing it's like maybe 20 gauge maybe, because it's real thin. Hi, Rachel. We'll wrap this one. And they're going to fit right down in there. And they're kind of, I got one a little longer than the other, so we'll have to trim one of them down here. Let's see. There we go. That's a little better. And I'm going to use my, this is that clear Gorilla, or that Gorilla Glue. It's like E6000, but it's the Gorilla Glue version of it. And I'm going to get some on here, and I'm going to poke it down in that hole, because these holes are really little, so I don't think I can get any hot glue down in there, which is fine. This will hold it. It'll just take it a little longer to dry. All right, there's that one. And we'll get another little piece. Hi, Sherry. And I'm gonna do this just a little different. I'm gonna kind of fold it in half and cut it so I get them about even. And hopefully I cut this long enough by the time Hey, Sandra. And wrap this one. Oh, you could have stayed on your page. You could come in on your page, Miss Sandra. I don't mind at all. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate it. That, and we'll get this one in there. There. Okay. So now we're going to put our little butterflies together, and I'm going to use my Quick Tight and my Stick Fast for that. Thank you. These are my new wood kit, these little butterflies. I'm going to hold this over here because I want to see, make sure I get glue in the right spot. And then my Stick Fast. Because this will give me instant hold. And I'll hold that a minute. So there's that one. These will make a cute little like shelf sitter, or you could put a hanger on them. Thank you. Thank you very much. And this one. Oh, I must have had glue on my, some Stick Fast on my. Thank you, Susan. Yep, you get both of the butterflies and the bodies. Come in the kit. Okay, my lid, that's not that lid. It actually belongs to something else, but my other lid broke. So then I was thinking to use just a little bit of, hi Donna, of this sari silk, and just tie a simple little bow for each one of them, I think. Thank you, Marie. Just for a little added something on here to dress them up a little. I didn't want a great big bow because I didn't want to do anything to take away from the flowers, from the print. I'm trying to open this up just a little, maybe. There we go. Not so big. Just right here, I'm thinking. Right there. So I'm gonna trim this because it's pretty long. All right, and we'll put one here, and we'll do one for this one. And I love using the sari silk. Hey, Cheryl. And then we'll put these on and I will be done with our little, with our butterflies. But you could do these, like I said, bright colored tissue paper. You could paint them. Scrapbook paper. You could even use white tissue paper and kind of texture them. I almost used a stencil with my texture paste and gave them a texture that way, but I decided against it and went with the flowers. But that would be pretty. Just so many things you could do to these little butterflies. All right. This does take a little bit of work to work with it, but to get it all kind of straightened out here. Sorry. That one's not wanting to. I got it all twisted or something. It's not wanting to open much, but that's okay. It'll be all right. And that one will go there. And put that one there. And that one here, glue it down really quick, and we will be done. I might put a little bit of greenery on here, but I don't know yet. So, but there's our butterflies. Our two little butterfly. I think they turned out wonderful. I like the little texture. I hope you guys liked them. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Vonda. Hi, Margaret. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, she's... Thank you, Anita. I'm going to trim this little... But I think they're gorgeous. I think I'm happy with how they turned out. I really am. Hi, Rita. Wasn't sure, you know, one of those that I wasn't sure, was hoping. But you could lean them, like I said, you can put little hangers on them and hang them in a bedroom, little girl's room. So, I mean, like I said, there are so many possibilities with these. And if you'd like, I said, just private message me. They're $15 plus shipping. And you get the 2. Both of them. So, anyway, guys, thank y'all for hanging in there with me today. I appreciate it. I've been trying to stay within an hour, but that doesn't seem to be working. But not as late as I was the other day. So anyway, thank you, Julie. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. We'll send out hearts. See if I can send out hearts. Well, thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. So you guys, again, appreciate each and every one of you when you show up, spend time with me. I just love you guys so much. And anyway, I thought I was looking to make sure I caught everybody's comments. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful, blessed, and like I said, Saturday I'm in the Decoupage Central event. So if you want to come check it out, like I said, there's some amazing talent that's going to be in there. And I will be posting a schedule so for that. So I hope I'll see you guys then. Otherwise, you guys have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day. Bye.